Let's face it, market updates aren't the most exciting videos. But if you're a buyer or seller of Orlando real estate, you really need to know the state of the market. And you deserve to do so without being bored to tears. In this video, we'll take a look at the Central Florida real estate market and the changes it's experiencing, and most importantly, what it means to you as a buyer or seller in early 2023. And I promise not to put you to sleep. Welcome, everyone. It's Doug Packard, broker at Blue River Realty Group in Seminole County, Florida, just north of Orlando. We get questions all the time about the Orlando real estate market, but one we get several times a day is, what's the market like? I love answering this and any question about Orlando real estate, so feel free to reach out anytime, day or night, and be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons so you'll be notified when we post a new video. It's no secret the national real estate market has undergone dramatic changes in the last year due to inflation and rising interest rates. Mortgage interest rates more than doubled over the past 12 months, crippling home sales in most parts of the country. Our market in Florida has changed too. Not quite as dramatically, but it has changed. Let's take a look at our MLS coverage area, which includes a large part of the state, and look at the trends from January of 2021 to January of 2023. First category we'll look at is active listings. In January of 23, there are 39,680 active listings in the multiple listing service coverage area. You can see that's not a big change from December, but it's more than doubled from the previous year. The second category is new listings. In January 23, there was almost 18,000 new listings. You see that's quite a dramatic change from December of 22. That can be attributed to people not wanting to list their house during the holidays and waiting until after the first of the year, and not a dramatic change from January of 22. Third category, pending sales. You can see there's again a dramatic difference between December 22 and January of 23. I believe that can also be attributed to people not shopping during the holidays and waiting until January till they were buying again. And then you see an 18% drop from January 22, which is beginnings of a declining market. Listings sold down 23% month over month from December to January, and down a third from January and 22, 33%. Our next category is average days on the market, which was 45 in January of 23. It was 41 in December, not a big difference there, but you can see the average days on the market increased 105%. So it more than doubled since January of 22. Total sales volume, 4.2 billion in January of 23, down from December of 22, 23%. And year over year, down 29%. Average sales price, January of 23, it was $430,279. No real change from December of 22, but up 7% from January of 22. And months of inventory, January 23 was 4 months, December 22 was 3 months, and almost quadrupled from January and 22. So year over year, the months of inventory has increased fourfold. We typically say that 6 months of inventory is indicative of a perfect market, balanced market between buyers and sellers. So we're still not to the point where we'd call this a buyer's market, but we're approaching a balanced market.
Wake up!
All of these major indicators suggest a market that has softened significantly over the past year. All but one, that is, the average sale price. Why is that still increasing? Well, here are three reasons. Number one, while the supply of available homes has increased, demand is still somewhat strong. Local job growth has been solid, and people still want to move to Florida, not just for the weather, but for the freedom the state has to offer. Number two, with 30-year mortgage interest rates hovering around 6%, most would-be home sellers are locked into a rate at 3% or lower, creating a financial disincentive to move. Number three, we have not seen a wave of foreclosures and short sales as predicted by many experts. So what does a softening market mean for buyers and sellers? Fewer buyers will be competing for individual homes, and buyers will have more negotiating power. Sellers will have less. A year ago, sellers were calling all the shots. Now, 92% of home sellers are accepting at least some buyer-friendly terms. These are usually related to home inspections, financing, or appraisals. We're even seeing some sellers willing to help with buyers' closing costs or willing to contribute to interest rate buy-downs. This doesn't mean we're in a buyer's market now, but it does mean buyers have a bit more leverage when it comes time to negotiate with a seller, and the days of feeling like you may need to waive all contingencies or pay drastically over asking price to get your offer considered are coming to a close. Again, as always, if you have any questions about the real estate market or the Central Florida area in general, feel free to reach out anytime. We're well known for our honest answers without the typical realtor BS. Until next time.